guys, my name is Kiara. Welcome back to my channel. And as you can see, we have a new setup. Do you like it? It's giving cute, comfy couch vibes. But today, I just kind of want to have a chat with you guys, about social media. I'm going to really just be giving you guys, my thoughts and my opinions around, problems I see when it comes to creating content with social media. So, I'll tell you guys what inspired this. I was on a call earlier and someone mentioned to another person that, you're focused on the analytics, your views, your reach, and you're not, focused on the creating the content. Something along those lines. And when I heard them say you're focused on the analytics, the algorithm and your reach, that really sparked something in me because I feel like so many people struggle with that. And when it comes to creating content in social media, people feel like they're not being acknowledged, their content isn't being seen. They feel like because the algorithm isn't showing their stuff or because their analytics isn't high, they feel like their content is invaluable, and that's not the case. To be honest, I feel like a lot of people put too much power into the algorithm and analytics when really it's meant to assist you and to help you track and measure what you could tweak to your content. It's an assistant. Your analytics and your algorithm don't determine whether or not your content is valuable or not. It's not the case. Not at all. Now, it's your analytics. Really, your analytics, I'll get into that algorithm. Hold on. But really, your analytics is just meant to show you where you can improve, what you can tweak, what are people responding to, what do they like. It's meant for you to analyze and review what's working and what's not working. That's all the purpose of it. That's the only purpose for it. Now, when it comes to that algorithm, the gurus might beat me up when I tussle about this, but to be honest, girl, I don't believe in no algorithm. The algorithm can kiss my butt. I'm keeping it real PG. I'm not worried about no algorithm. I'm not worried about no algorithm. And let me tell you, and let me say why. Because it's just you see all these gurus talking about, oh yeah, I found out how to beat the algorithm. I know how to do this, and I'm just like, you can't outsmart a computer. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And if you pay attention to the people who saying, oh, oh, I found a new trick to outsmart the algorithm, or here's how you're going to get in the algorithm, or here's how you're going to do this, or here's how you're going to do that. They have multiple videos on how to beat the algorithm. It's a rat race. It's a rat race. Literally, there's no point in trying to chase after the algorithm. There's no point in trying to stress yourself about the algorithm. Stop giving the algorithm and these analytics so much power. They don't have no power. It's just put to assist you. It does not determine your value. It does not determine your worth. It is meant to assist you. That's the purpose. And I feel like social media, and not even just people in general, I feel like social media has made the algorithm and analytics a big idol. And I'm just like, that's not the case. Because if you think about it and you just observe, I'm a really big observer. I pay attention to a lot of things. And if you think about it and you just observe, the one thing I notice about all these people who talk about how they can beat the algorithm and stuff like that, whatever it may be, they're all consistent. They're constantly putting out videos, and 9 times out of 10, if they do give you a tip, it's usually post them 5-6 times a day. And who's doing that? Let's be real. Some people have the capacity to do it. Most people don't. And this brings me to my next point, or just like my next thought, is that the algorithm analytics, really more so the algorithm, it rewards consistency. I feel like that's where people's focus should be, is being consistent. The algorithm rewards consistency. I have seen it time and time again. The analytics helps you refine your content. It shows you what's working and what's not working. Consistency plus utilizing your analytics the right way to see what is working in your content and what is not increases your reach. You cannot outsmart the algorithm. And see, the thing with consistency is there's so much power in consistency, right? See, when you're consistent, you create better content, you refine your brand messaging, and you learn how to communicate your value to other people. And then 3, you perfect your craft. But this only comes with constantly putting out your content. Like, just because you don't see the reach you want or see the numbers you want doesn't mean, one, for real, doesn't mean no one's watching. Because let me tell you something, there's silent supporters and there's silent haters. Just because you don't see it in the analytics or whatever, or the reach, trust me, somebody's watching. I promise you, somebody's watching. As a silent supporter myself, I'm really a silent podcast supporter, but as a silent supporter myself, there's people out there watching you, and there's people out there that's hating on you, hate watching. So, like, don't get caught up in those analytics. Just focus on being consistent. And this is why, like, you're gonna always hear me say this analogy or just say this, but like, this is why we got to get back to like pre-social media. I feel like also it's too much instant gratification when it comes to social media. People feel like, oh, if I put out content or if I do exactly what the guru says, oh, you just supposed to automatically just boom go viral, and that's not the case. And if you think back to how people move and operated in their business pre-social media, they was out there getting to the money. Those business owners were consistent despite how they felt. Because like in entrepreneurship, you're gonna have moments where you feel like what you're doing isn't enough. I'm not negating that. Everybody's going to experience that. The only difference is they weren't putting their worth and their value in their analytics or how many people they were reaching. It was just a minor setback, and they still went at it until they got the results they want. And like, I feel like that's the approach you need to have towards social media. Stop worrying about analytics. Worry about perfecting your craft. Stop worrying about the algorithm. Stop trying to outsmart the algorithm. Be consistent. Literally, there's power in consistency. For example, Risa Tisa. Now, if you don't know who Risa Tisa is, then you're literally living under a rock. She literally broke the internet with her 50-part series of Who the F Did I Marry? I think when it comes to Risa Tisa, a lot of people think she blew up overnight. And technically she did, but she didn't. She was still posting prior to that. She was still posting on TikTok. She was telling story times on her commute to work. She was sharing her opinion. And around that time, I just went to, casually look through her content. She had some videos that had 200 views on TikTok. She had some videos that were semi-viral. She didn't have a lot of reach because of her consistency, her video just got in front of the right eyes. So like, you never know when it's your moment to just take off, to pop off. But it's just like, you gotta be consistent and stop putting your value in these algorithms and these analytics, and stop idolizing stuff. Stop idolizing tools that's meant to assist you. And then, like, as you know, because earlier I was going on a whole rant about this, like, just talking to myself out loud, going on a whole rant, just flushing out my thoughts. And I thought about the root of this, and I'm just like, okay, because I feel like it's such an influx of people on social media promoting their business, and I mean, it makes sense because, like, dang near, like, that's the way you reach them. To be honest, like everybody's on social media, so why not be on some social media, promoting my business? But I feel like it's a heart posture issue. Um, yeah, people use social media to promote their business. Like, yeah, that's the way to go, right? But I also feel like another reason why people so caught up in their reach in their analytics, because they value being popular over connecting to who they're meant to serve. I know, truth hurts, but we it's just, I feel like people feel entitled to blow up on social media, to go viral on social media because they see other people do it. And to them, I know you heard this analogy. Well, it looks like you went viral overnight, but like really they put in years of work to get to this point. But social media is a facade. So like in their minds, it's like, oh, you just started posting and you blew up, but they don't know all the work they put in pre-social media or during social media or before the time they blew up. I feel like a lot of people feel entitled to blow up to get a million of followers. I feel like they have centered their self instead of centering the people who they're called to serve, who they're meant to serve. And that's an issue. And that's probably and that's probably really the reason why you're not getting the reach you want, because your heart posture is in the wrong place. Like, and not you, but like, it may be you, because and if it is you, maybe you, but like I feel like people's heart posture is in the wrong place. Not everyone, but most people. And you may not have started out like that, but over time, as you constantly see people surpass you, or people, blow up out of thin air, you start to feel like, well, dang, when is it going to be me? And I just feel like, as business owners, even as content creators, we're meant to serve. We're meant to serve a purpose. Like, it's not about being popular, it's about impact. It's about connecting with that community, whoever you're called to. Whether you a content creator, influencer, sharing your clothes, you're doing it for the love of doing it, out of love of doing it, not to gain something, not to be popular. You're doing it because you want to share your sense of fashion. You're doing it because you want to help other people learn how to style their clothes, or like if you're a business owner, you're not doing this to go viral so you can make OD money and put it in the bank. Like, you're doing this to offer value to someone who needs your product or service. A lot of people have moved from the posture of being a servant to their community to versus being egocentric, centering themselves in their business, worrying about how they can get popular, worrying about how they can get money. And I understand it's hard times right now, like, money, but it's just like, in my opinion, I feel like if you put money over community, you ain't gonna go nowhere. And if you do go somewhere, you ain't gonna last that long. And I promise you that. Like, that's, community is everything. Being a servant, posturing your heart as a servant to serve whoever you call to, that should be the number one priority. And I feel like when you approach social media, when you just approach your business like that, I feel like it'll be so much better, because a lot of the time, I feel like because everybody's so in a popularity contest, or want to go viral, want to get all the money, want to get all the notoriety, all the popular stuff, they overlook the people who's currently supporting them. They look for more and more and more, instead of nurturing what they currently have. Like, you gotta check your heart when it comes to promoting yourself on social media. Because let me tell you something, people gonna weed you out. A lot of people are tired of people not being who they say they are. A lot of people are tired of giving their money to people who do not care about them. That's why consumers now are very money to the chest when it comes to who they support, because they want to know the intent and the heart behind the person behind that brand. Like now more than ever, people care about the person than the product, because they want to make sure that person, the person who's promoting their business, person who's promoting their product, whatever, clothing, whatever. I mean, whoever is promoting something to them, they want to know that person cares about them. So if your heart posture, or if people's heart posture is not in the right place, what makes you think you're going to reach the audience you desire? Like, you gotta nurture what you have. You gotta check your heart posture and get back into the position of being a servant, of serving people, because that's what this is about. Like, business, being a leader, is about serving. You're serving people. You're offering a solution to a problem they have. You are serving people. You got to get into a position of serving. It cannot be about you. It cannot. It cannot. It cannot. It cannot. It's not a popularity contest. It's not a popularity contest. It's not about whether or not you can get your product and go viral so you can flex on people. It's not about that. It's irrelevant. It's about being a servant, nurturing the community that currently, supports you and likes you, like your stuff. Serve those people. Focus on serving the people that follow you. Focus on serving those people. Stop getting caught up in the analytics. Stop getting caught up in the popularity contest. Clip all that. Because at the end of the day, and I keep repeating it, because I really do believe this, and this is how I uphold myself in my business, is just being a servant. You gotta be a servant first. You have to. Like, it just seems like no one's genuine when it comes to, like, promoting their business. It just seems like they out to get it just, for themselves. They don't really care about, who they're impacting. And I'm not going to say everybody's like that, because everybody's not like that. But I feel like a big part of the issue when it comes to, like, that algorithm and, the analytics, I think the root of that is your heart posture, your intent. So yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on today's video. I feel like it kind of got a little deep, but I feel like it got real. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm like, ooh, I can feel it in here. I can feel it. I can feel it where I'm at. Like, ooh, like, ooh, that was a word right there. But, like, really, for real, like, I really want you to think. Sit and reflect and ask yourself, is my heart posture in the right place when it comes to creating content? Am I doing this for my own personal gain, or am I doing this because I know I have something, I know my product and service can impact who I'm called to serve? And you got to ask yourself that, like, did I stray away from that? Was I at a point where I was, wanted to serve, wanted to reach out, wanted to impact these people. And then along the way, I got caught up in my own desires, my wants, and seeking validation from the outside world and popularity. Like, ask yourself, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes and sit with yourself and ask yourself, like, okay, why am I, getting caught up in analytics? Why am I getting caught up in the reach? Like, Where is my heart posture at for real? So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.